What's up, everybody? So, finally picked up a card that I'm super excited to show you guys. But just a little bit of history. So, I don't know, about 7 or 8 years ago, I decided that there's two particular cards, in my opinion, that are two of the most beautiful tobacco cards ever created. And a couple years later, back at the National in Chicago, I think it was about 6 years ago, went to the National to pick up one of those two cards. And if you guys know, follow me, you know that at that National in Chicago, I picked up one of the two, the N162 Goodwin Champions Cap Anson card. I was absolutely thrilled. And every time I look at this card, and I know I've shown it off 50,000 times on my channel, but I just absolutely love this card. But there was another card. There were two cards that I wanted to get that I just thought, like, you can look at the background on this card. It's just phenomenal. But there was another card that I was looking to get, and I've been searching for it for a while. It was, I don't know, there was never, I could never find the perfect card, I guess. But there was this Heritage auction in August, which, by the way, included the, if you guys watched, there was a $13 million 2007, 2008 Upper Deck Exquisite dual logo man, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, PSA 6, by the way, which is crazy. PSA 6 that sold for $13 million in this particular auction. And if you guys know, Mr. Wonder, if you watch Shark Tank, Mr. Wonderful, Kevin O'Leary and his team ended up purchasing it. I can't quite understand why anybody would pay $13 million for a modern card, but I'll never understand the modern sports card market. I think it actually set the record for most that was ever paid for a sports card on record. But anyway, in that auction, in addition to that $13 million Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan card, was a lot of really awesome stuff. Like you can see here, Babe Ruth, let's take a look. Oh, there's the Sadaharu O, which I did pick up, not this exact card, but I did pick up the gold couple of months ago. Added that card to my collection, but there were some incredible cards in this auction. But there was one card in particular that caught my attention, and it was this one. The T206 Sweet Cap Roll 350 460 Factory 42 Overprint. Look at that card. And when I saw it, I was like, I got to do everything I can to get it. And here is the description. It says, this is a special entry that presents scarce factory variation and is the second pose of Cobb in action, offered as the special example where his bat off shoulder grabs your eye. That's for sure. And I guess it talks about there's a slight wrinkle, which I still can't really find. But anyway, one cool thing about this was that it not only is it absolutely beautiful, but you'll notice that it does mention that it was printed in this Factory 42. Nothing, I just thought it was something a little extra that added a little bit of scarcity to it. And so anyway, without further ado, that's where it was in the book, and here it is in real life. So just so thrilled to get this. And you can see why you could understand probably why I think this is one of the most beautiful tobacco cards of all time, and why it's been a card on my wish list for a very, very long time. But finally have both of them, the Cap Anson and the Ty Cobb. So, but anyway, thought it was really interesting. One of the things that, one thing I really liked was that it was in an SGC holder. I think this looks absolutely fantastic in the tux. Like, even if somebody right now were to say to switch it to a PSA 4.5, I wouldn't do it. Now, I would do it if I wanted to sell it, but this is going to stay in the collection, God willing, for the rest of my life. I don't have any intention of selling it. Now, one thing I may try to do is get this relabeled with the Factory 42 overprint added to the card. So when I learned about that, I started to dig into the scarcity. I'm not like a big, when it comes to T206, like I've never really cared about the back of the card. And by the way, here is the back. Obviously off center, in terms of eye appeal, not nearly as nice as the front, but you can see here that it says 350, 460 subjects. And if you look really closely, factory number 42. And so the cool thing about this is that I guess what they did is they printed the card, and then most Sweet Capital cards were printed in factory number 30. So this was printed originally, I believe. Now, let me know if you T206 like pundits that know a lot more about this stuff, if I'm saying anything wrong, but this was printed with factory number 30, and then an overprint was done, and then to kind of cross off that it was printed in factory number 30, and then factory number 42 was added to the card. In terms of scarcity, I found something that I thought was really interesting, and it breaks down the most scarce backs. So if you really want to kind of understand how rare is the back of my T206, this is take a screenshot of this. I was looking at this and I thought it was really interesting. So one of the things that I noticed, I have my like little you can see here all the cards in the background. They were all printed. So I looked into this. They were all printed in, if you look at the back of this, they were all printed in factory number 25. So this is the least scarce of all. This is the most common back that you could possibly have for T206. So you have factory number 25, 350 subjects, and the Piedmont back is the most common of all the backs. So you can see this one. Here's another example, Piedmont 350, factory number 25. Here's another example, 350 Piedmont, factory number 25. The second most common is the Sweet Capital factory number 30. So, and I noticed that I had one of those. So Aussie Shrek, you can see, what I like about PSA is that they add this at the top. So you can see this was Piedmont 350, factory number 30. And so that is the second most common of all the backs. And let's see, then the third most common is this one, Sweet Capital 350 subjects. And this was printed in factory number 25. So then you could take a look at the Cobb. So the Cobb that I have is, I guess, 36th place in terms of scarcity. And you can see here Piedmont. Now this one's 350, 460, whereas the one I was showing you guys earlier was 350 subjects. This one's 350, 460 subjects, but printed at the same factory. But this one's 350 and this is 350, 460. I believe the Red Amos, again, 350, 460. And then what I thought was really interesting, one of the rarest, I guess, of the backs besides this Ty Cobb was the T206 Sweet Capital Walter Johnson, which is pretty awesome. This was 27th in terms of scarcity. And you can see here, there's the overprint there. And you can see here, factory number 649 and 150 subjects. So every single back, you don't want to just look for, is it Old Mill, Polar Bear? Obviously some backs, it's pretty obvious how rare they are just by looking at the back. But if you have a Sweet Capital or a Piedmont, one of the things that you might want to look at is how many subjects and what factory it was printed at. So anyway, just a kind of a cool, thing that I went down as I was learning about factory number 42. And, of course, 42 being like this iconic number, Mariano Rivera, Jackie Robinson. So, but anyway, that was my thoughts on this brand new, beautiful card. I am absolutely thrilled to add this Ty Cobb card to my collection. Maybe my next video will be my top 10 favorite eye appeal cards. Who knows? And to no surprise, these will be probably top 2. But that maybe with the 50, I love the 56 Topps Mickey Mantle. I'll have to break it down. There's some cards that I really love. But anyway, there you have it, guys. In my opinion, 2 of the awesomest cards, tobacco cards of any cards of all time. And this card is 1,000 times less than that Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan logo, whatever it was. So I don't know. If you ask me, I'd rather have 1,000 of those Ty Cobb cards, but I guess everyone has their own opinion. All right, let me know what you guys think. Just so thrilled to finally add this to collection. It took a long time. I was like, I saw this, that book that I was just showing. I don't know, maybe, I was looking at it in July, maybe. I've been tracking this card for months, and I finally arrived the other day. So it took a long time, but it was well worth the wait. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you later.